In a 23-12 vote, the Colorado Senate pushed through a long-debated construction defects reform bill on Tuesday. Senate Bill 156 would redirect deficient workmanship claims over condominiums into arbitration versus the courts. The measure also requires the majority of homeowners impacted by a dispute to agree to file a claim as a group. Eric, we've been teased by the progress of a construction defects bill for many legislatures. Is this the one that finally gets to the finish line?
Could be. This is a different legislative session. You know, it was only a year ago you had Speaker Dickie Lee Hullinghorst, Senate President Bill Cadman. They're both gone. You now have Kevin Grantham and Crisanta Duran. They both pride themselves on being deal makers. Maybe they read Trump's book, The Art of the Deal. Who knows? But they want to carve out a different persona for each of them and a different reputation, and they're on their way to doing that. We'll see. Session's only halfway through, and obviously the second half is always much, much tougher and more consequential than the first half. But this thing could happen. Obviously, the Senate, inverse to the previous issue, the Senate is easy here. The House is harder because that's where the Democrats are. Democrats being so aligned with the trial law industry, which is where this thing has typically died because of the interests of the trial law industry here. But this issue has been stuck for so long, and I think there is a prospect that this particular bill is the answer, or at least a partial answer, an introductory answer to it, and I think it does have some legs.
Ben, has the fact that a lot of cities have tried to address the problem themselves, do you think that has pushed the legislature to hopefully more progress on this issue?
I think it has. You've seen a handful of cities try to address this issue through their councils or through their county boards or county commissioners. I think what's really interesting about this issue is, for one thing, there are not that many examples of cases gone to trial around this issue. And there's a lot of belief, certainly particularly from the Democratic side, that there is no legislative panacea to address this issue. So whether this bill passes or not, I think the thing that I'll really be curious to see is if it has any effect whatsoever. I'm dubious, personally.
Patty, does this bill get to Governor Hickenlooper?
I'll give it a 50-50 chance this time. And Ben's also right on the fact that there are some real problems that we've seen in construction, and the homeowners certainly have a right to complain. But I think right now what's happening is all the legislators who are driving into downtown Denver, just the same way we drive up to 29th and Welton, and you see the huge apartment complexes that are going in, allegedly because they can't afford to build places that people could buy and live in. That is influencing the legislators. What you really hope is if this bill passes, people who buy a lemon still get a chance to squeeze the developer.
Right. David, should this get to Governor Hickenlooper?
Yes, because it preserves the ability of someone who buys the lemon to sue individually or to bring to address that. But what it changes is you can't have just a few people in an area say we're going to do a suit on behalf of everyone without asking the majority of people on behalf of whom you're allegedly suing to approve that.